I mean, right now we have this, which does the recording, and fortunately the transcripts also come along with it. Our next big step is the publishing engine, because the idea is that a publishing engine takes this, creates all of the covers, publishes gets consent from everybody, creates all of the things. I mean, I don't know if you've ever done a podcast, or, I mean, this is kind of in between a podcast and social media, but there's 16 or 20 tedious steps to do, right? Even transcript, feed it to AI, have some good prompts. It's just like a lot of manual stuff.
Yeah.
So our goal is to automate this. And that's what we're working on now. And then all of the AI synthesis, and then for bigger events, AI matchmaking. Because the idea is that out of this conversation, if we're part of a bigger event, out of this conversation, the AI finds out what the heck we're here for, and then helps us find the people for the next conversation.
That sounds valuable. Yeah. I mean, yeah, finding the right people to talk to, it's half the battle. So yeah, the context is very, very valuable, and especially if you can figure out a way to match different contexts across different coherent conversations. Yeah, I like it. Cool.
Yeah. So this is us. What are you working on?
I'm working on a lot of different things.
Welcome to 2026, right?
Yeah. I'm a longtime software engineer, and most of my career has been software engineering. And then I kind of transitioned into a management role a couple years back, and I've kind of continued to engineer, but now I just lead projects and also contribute to them. But old habits die hard, so I've been continuing to build things. But I don't. I'm not like a W-2 guy. I have my own businesses and software businesses, have for several years, and so I build things that people tell me would be helpful, and then I try to sell those things. So I think I have like 4 different LLCs right now that are all doing something different, but all driving revenue, some more than others. And yeah, I guess everything's just kind of in the world of software that I work on. But specifically, I mean, like right now with a lot of the advancements in AI, I've been building out an agentic system that it does a thing, and the thing it does is it posts content on social media platforms like Reddit, LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and then it comes up with all the content on its own. But it has a lot of different controls where there's human in the loop. So like you can set, I have like LinkedIn publishing. So all the articles that are published to LinkedIn, I did not write them, but I approved them. So they are emailed to me, and then I can reply with a revision, and then the AI will revise it with whatever I have told it to revise it with. And then it'll send me another draft, and then I'll either revise it again or approve it. And so that's been something I've been using for my own sake, because I just have had a really hard time throughout my career actually publishing anything that I build, like posting on social media and reaching out to people. I just don't do it well. And so I built a robot to do it for me. But I still approve everything before it goes out. So I feel like I'm, the quality is there because I'm still involved, but it removes a lot of the emotion of actually like, clicking the post or publish button, because I'm not the one clicking the post or publish button. So that's, I guess, the latest thing I've been working on. And that's the thing that contacted you.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I think we are coming from there's like probably 80% shared impulse there. The difference is that I've actually gotten quite good for online outreach, right? I've added 5,000 people over the last 3 or 4 years with the gathering, this event I'm organizing. And I'm really good in conversations. Like this conversation, I don't know if you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Thank you
Yeah.
for taking the time. I could spend 4 or 5 hours in conversations like this every day. And that's where I arrived at. I mean, this is great. This is great value. You're talking about your thing. I'm talking about my thing, right? How do we use this as the input into that article generation and into that post generation? Because at least for me, and I think for certain big segment of people, conversation is easy,
Yeah.
especially if you're passionate about something. So let me just talk to another human being with the AI listening, and the AI then can use this as its guidance and as its input of what to talk about. So I think there is definitely you already have clients, right? You're in the market, and this is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
So we're some months behind you, but I think in a few months it'd be really cool when we'll actually have this working and all of this. There is complementarity, and it would be cool to explore how we could, be an additional to your clients or something like this. I think, for example, it's in a way what we're doing is it's a much easier, lighter weight version of doing a podcast, but you're still having conversations with people. You're having this, so it would be very viable for many people to have, like, oh, I'm doing a conversation series about XYZ in our thing, and I talk to my clients or my partners or whatever. Let's just have a few conversations on the record and
Right.
publish it, but all you have to do is just show up.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. It's smart. So then how does your what kind of content are you feeding your AI? Are you transcribing the entire video and providing that entire transcription to the LLM to then go store in a knowledge base somewhere? And
Yes, so this is what we're in the process of designing, and the big part is that, I mean, again here, because it's not structured, but we have questions. So the conversation is tagged with the question and who spoke.
got it.
I mean, who spoke, everybody has, but the question, right? There is a theme because it's within the context. Conversation is with the context of an event.
Yeah.
Could be a tiny event. I'm having conversation on topic XYZ with 10 people. It could be a conference, but there is some bigger overriding context. And within that, there is the conversation with the questions. So my theory is that this will enable the AI to produce much more interesting intelligence.
I think you're right. What about computer vision? Are you able to pick up on nonverbal communication?
So I haven't touched that at all. I mean, we have the video recording. It's an interesting question. I mean, I need to get funding and get professionals before I start looking at that. I'm not going to vibe code that myself. Although it's important to keep an eye out on, because anything around emotion recognition is illegal in the European Union, or at least it's going to become. And it's like there is a whole coming regulatory swamp around that.
Yeah. Yes.
Because actually, if you want emotion, you don't even need vision, you do sound.
Yeah.
As the first step. Because
Yeah.
we get the emotion through the tone and all of this, and sound is much easier to analyze. I haven't even, we're still at the I think it can be very useful, but I hope to build a proper company and get initial funding before touching.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I think it was more a question of just like kind of like brainstorming R&D side of the thing, because I mean, if you're going to collect if you're going to collect the transcript, that context is like the baseline context, but then additional contextual layers like emotion, or tone, or even I mean, with computer vision, I think you could probably get into some really interesting data that you could combine. And then you kind of got like three different things. You got like the black and white transcription, you got like the audio and the tone and all those variables. And then you also have, the visual component of it. And I feel like that would basically provide the AI with the same amount of input that you're receiving from me right now. It's like you're receiving from me the transcription, the audio and the tone, and the visual complex of my nonverbal reaction to things. And that's forming opinions and thoughts in your brain about how to respond. And so, yeah, I mean, like, I think it's a really cool idea. I think you're on a really cool idea. I think, if you can get the funding and if you go down maybe just start with the thing you're starting with, I think that's great. But yeah, you could do some crazy Palantir kind of stuff if you can start.
Well, I mean, I think so. There is one thing that I fully agree with Palantir is that he who controls the algorithm will control the future. So also, behind this is a philosophy. It's clear now that technology affects society in huge ways. And it's also clear that technology has a gradient where it drives us towards certain beliefs, behaviors that are even unintentionally, right? Teenagers don't open Instagram and get messages saying, kill yourself, you're worthless. And yet somehow, as we know from research, for certain groups, that's the feeling and sense it's driven them to, because the algorithm is designed that way. So I believe, maybe as a technologist, but I mean, it's just how it is. It's not that technology is evil. It's just that algorithms have power and can shape intention in society. So through this, I believe that just getting people talking more to each other, one-on-one, and in things generally leads to openness, connection, into a better world.
Yeah.
So in a small way, just creating more opportunity, making it easier for people to connect and communicate is my little piece of working in the other more positive future.
Got it.
And also this idea of creating that we can co-create, because if you think about this, this AI, let's say this is a series of conversations run in the context of a conference. And then you can do synthesis, right, of what kind of things are people talking about, what things are in the outliers, You can create and this will be useful and interesting to people. So create this idea that AI can be something that we intentionally shape together for the benefit of mutual learning and improvement, rather than AI is a tool of surveillance for whatever parties that you're afraid of and don't like. So AI for good.
Well, that's a worthy goal. But it's going to be a hard one to crack. I feel like we're on the track right now for AI for bad.
Well, I mean, look, it's just show people. I know all I can do is what I can do, and trying to show, first of all, creating this language and a vocabulary around where is this data going. So this idea that there is a field and we're co-creating this field. And yeah, it's in the end, if the crash comes, if blah blah blah, we'll just deal with it. And I'm on the land. I'm lucky. I'm on the land in Portugal. I'll grow potatoes. I have my plan C and plan D taken care of. And in the meantime, just doing the best that I can to work for a more positive future.
That's good. I mean, that's great. very commendable. I need to focus more on that same type of thing in trying to, invest my time and effort into something that's actually going to drive benefit to people.
Well, and I think, helping people communicate ideas that they care about is definitely a important cause. So how do you think, we are, let's say, a month or two away from being able to have a proper conversation as a business that has a product that we could work with, but I would love to put a pin in that one. How else do you think I could help what you're working on?
You could use it for free.
Okay.
Are you doing any sort of like customer acquisition work right now?
We're starting to, yes, and we definitely need to communicate much more.
Mm-hmm. So like, my social publishing media agent team that will publish any sort of content that you want it to publish for you. And it'll request your approval if you decide to configure it that way.
What is the initial seed from which it works?
Research. So there is a research agent that goes off into the internet and will do research on like latest or recent data on whatever it is that you're interested in.
So the seed is research topics given to a research agent.
Yes, and then it goes off and it starts doing research every 2 hours and populating this knowledge base, and eventually that knowledge base gets a reasonable amount of data within it. And at that point where you feel like your knowledge base has kind of got a little bit of information where your publishing agent could be dangerous enough to actually use it, then you can turn on this publishing agent, and then the publishing agent will scan through the knowledge base to extract the context of the research, and then it will craft a post that aligns with another configurable kind of input that you provide about like what type of posts you want it to be about, whether it's like hiring trends or firing trends, or whether it's AI trends, or whether it's financial trends, or anything you want it to really kind of focus on. And then this publishing agent, there's specific agents for each specific platform, because the tone in which you publish or write content is going to be different on LinkedIn compared to X, compared to Instagram, compared to Reddit. And so each agent will draft some sort of post that it's going to publish, and then it will send you an email showing you what it's about to post. And then
I'm curious, by the way, that you chose email as the medium. And I say curious as a person that hasn't used email in 20 years. It's the one channel that I don't read. But but I know I'm an exception in many ways. Have you found that people are happy with that mode of interaction?
Yeah, I specifically went with email because I have an opinion on email that it is the conversation medium that we as humans spend the most time crafting a message in, and so it's like intentional messages are sent via email. When I am in Slack, right? I'm in Slack.
I really agree with you. No need to convince me. I mean, I've even gotten to the point where I sometimes send emails to my wife, like once a quarter or something. I'm like, I'm done. I sit down and I write a long email to my wife, exactly for that reason, because I just feel I need the space to think and to write something. So I hear you. Have you considered doing Telegram and voice notes?
Yeah, there's other products out there that are very similar to mine, but are more generalist type of products that they'll support like all communication protocols. such as like Telegram or, a different chat, even Discord. So like I've thought about it, and perhaps someday if a customer really wanted it, I'd probably build in support for it. But I really hate screens. I hate technology screens. Like I just don't want to be around them anymore. Like my phone, I spend so much time on my phone, and it's because it's got this beautiful screen that's hyper addicting. And
But that's exactly the argument to support voice notes.
well, true, but I think if you think back to like when cell phones were first coming out, the BlackBerry, right? Like people sent emails on a BlackBerry, and it's because email isn't a very complex technology. It's just IMAP and
Technologically, it's the first and last universal message transport we've managed to produce. And I mean, I'm full disclosure. I mean, I've been at this since 1980 something, 1990 something. So I still remember when I first year in university, the SMTP port was at the university mail server was open. You could telnet to port 80 and manually send an email. I think it was in my first year that like people started sending all kind of fake emails, so they had to lock that down with security.
that
That's
is,
how far back I go.
yeah, that's funny. But anyway, I guess like so I built this for myself originally, and with the goal of getting rid of my smartphone and buying a BlackBerry. And the only support I would need on my BlackBerry is SMTP and IMAP in order to communicate with a intelligent system that's running on my home server entirely through email without being sucked into weird long chats in Slack, because the old BlackBerry phone doesn't support the Slack app because it doesn't render, it doesn't support compiling, or running compiled React Native code or whatever other kind of app platform. But email is just so simple, and it's a thoughtful chat. It's a thoughtful medium, and I feel like it could get us away from our screens if we could just create these intelligent robotic systems that do a thing, whether that's publishing on social media or whether that is doing outreach, cold outreach on LinkedIn, or even day trading.
I hear you, and as a protocol, like I say, I mean it's the best one. The last we so failed on the messaging protocols. But I get 1,000 spam messages a week or something. I think what might be interesting to consider is provide custom mailboxes.
Yeah,
So just have an email mailbox where it's only conversation with the agent.
that's a good idea. I mean,
And then there is no spam whatsoever. You can provide it to your clients. Because for most people, like when I open my email, it's really, and I deleted everything at the start of the year, and I have 7,200 emails since the start of the year.
yeah, I think email bankruptcy is a problem, a big problem right now. But
No,
I do
did that at the start of the year. That was zero on
yeah.
January 1st because I delete everything over New Year's now. I think consider that as an idea, because then you get it's a clean, totally spam protected mailbox. You can set up your mail client to read it, or you can have a separate thing. And then you can have the best of both worlds. People like me who are just traumatized opening their mailbox can have a clean experience whilst keeping all of that purity of what you said around email.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm halfway there. So the agent system gets its own fresh email. And then the notification email with the human user email is whatever you want it to be. I happen to have like 50 different emails. So some are spammed at zero. I'll receive like zero emails this year for some of my inboxes. And then others I'm going to get 7,000 in 3 months like you did. So like I just have set my system up to use the quieter email addresses that I haven't actually published on the internet anywhere, so they don't get any spam messages.
And I mean, I'll be in defense of Google. This is all stuff that I signed up to over the last 25 years, right?
Yeah.
The spam, this is not like, it's notifications. It's like, it's all stuff that at some point I clicked yes to, right? This is not like pure spam in the generic sense. But I think, yeah, I mean, consider it, test it with your clients. But I think probably most people aren't as well set up with different email accounts as you are. So it could be an interesting solution to have the best of both worlds. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I would love to use it. Of course, I'll be learning, and some things we might duplicate, some functionality we might duplicate in our software. But then also maybe if I learn and look at your system, maybe we can interoperate more deeply somehow, right? I'm not a fan of building things that other people have built better. And I think there could be, the way you described your system, I think a few more steps with human in the loop, right? Like, because for example, for me, the way I would use your system is I would look at that research, pick out some key topics, have it propose some article things, review that, and then only then have it start writing. Right? Because it's much easier for me, right? Give me a list of 10 or 20 article titles that you might write. And that's easy. It's fast for me. Like, it's 5 minutes to go through. Yes, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. Edit this one, edit this one. And then we have 5 solid titles, 5 solid themes, topics, and then it can go writing. Because if it just randomly chooses things, like, it's at the point where I need to review an article, it's already far down the line. So I want to review it before it gets too far. And there could even be like multiple steps where, like, first, I don't know, it gives me a list of 30 topics, then we narrow it down to 10, and then it gives me a synopsis of 6 or 7 lines. Like, you know, because that kind of stuff I can review in 10 minutes, in half hour I can do. A whole article to read through, or yeah, I'm just throwing ideas at you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good idea. I haven't actually thought about that, but I just sent an email. I said, give me 5 solid new topics for new article drafts that I could consider to publish. And it came back with something. It came back with the hidden costs of AI adoption beyond tech and into ethics, with a short synopsis of what that would be about, which I won't read because it's too long.
So it's
remote
short.
So then it came up with an idea to do some article on remote work. Came up with an idea, sustainable innovation, 5 tech solutions for a zero waste future. It's really all over the place right now. The mental health revolution, how digital tools are redefining therapy, and then education reimagined, how AI is transforming learning for the next generation. And it's all kind of like AI themed, because that's basically like the personality I told it to assume when I first created this. But yeah, so that's a good idea. I mean, like, I usually just let it send me full-blown article drafts that then I revise or approve. But
for me, like, because
you could send it a message and then tell it to give you an article on a particular topic.
Well, I would like it to suggest, if it's got research, I would like it to suggest topics, and then we can riff. So it's like, you know, by the time the article is written, it's already far down the line, right? I would first riff on topics, agree on topic, then get like, what are the 3 key points or like the highlights from the article, agree on those, and then it can write. Because those, it's much easier for me to edit, right? I get a list of 10 articles with 3 key points for each article in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Versus looking at an article itself, which I'm not a professional editor, And then I start going, and then it's like, oh my God, it's AI slop or like this. And so having like high value, right? This is I think, a key part in this AI design, right? How can we, with the minimum amount of effort and time, provide the maximum value to the AI agents so that their work can be best steered towards something that's interesting and important for us?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, and I would be very happy to try out if you're. Yeah, I see the dog.
Yeah,
Wants to play.
he's
Oh yeah, he said drop the ball. That was like definitely.
yeah, he's wanting to go play. He's wanting to go probably outside, and I probably should go let him outside. He's been stuck in here with me in this office with me for a couple hours as I've been doing meetings. So.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. Maybe we can finish here.